So you're saying I'm not actually good at customer service and it's potentially costing me an 85% increase in profits? By the way, if you like videos on how to grow your customer list and build a real brand, then subscribe to my channel as I have new videos each week.
It's the Morning Marketing Machine, here to grow your e-commerce business with proven marketing strategies and tactics, so you can run your business with machine-like precision. My name is Douglas Levin. Let's dive in.
Hi, my name is Douglas Levin, and I built a 20,000 person messenger list ahead of the launch of our first product, which led to 20,000 in monthly sales within our first 3 months of launch. I also have a link for a free cheat sheet below with tips on how to take control over your e-commerce income. You probably heard how customer service can help you compete with other brands that are out there, but maybe you don't know what to do or where to begin. There's so much that goes into it. What if you get scammed? Do I really need to respond to everyone? I've already got 50 million things to do as a business owner. Can't I just spend my money on marketing and get new customers that way? After all, that's the lifeblood of the business, right? But what if it isn't? It's actually much harder to get new customers than it is to keep an existing one. You could save a ton of money and increase your profits at the same time by being amazing at customer service. And that's what Hugging Your Haters does. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Hug Your Haters is a book by Jay Baer. It's basically a how-to on how to give amazing customer service. What stood out as I was reading it was a stat that Jay mentions toward the beginning of the book. 80% of businesses believe they deliver superior customer service, but only 8% of customers actually believe that service is superior. So there's actually a huge disconnect there. But if you take the time to read Hug Your Haters, you can be given basically a cheat code on how to differentiate from your competitors and truly give amazing and a unique customer experience that your customers will remember and that's going to help you to stand out from the crowd. Also keep in mind that a 5% boost in customer retention can boost your profits by 25 to 85%. As Jay goes through the steps, he gives examples of brands that went above and beyond in their customer service. Zappos and Nordstrom use customer service as a way to differentiate from their competitors. Another example that it gives is Fresh Brothers Pizza. They answer all complaints, include an email address in every response in Yelp as well. If they receive a bad review, they respond by acknowledging the issue, apologizing, and providing a remedy, which is like a gift card. And they also ask that the customer to try them again since they've made changes based off of what they were complaining about. She also acknowledges positive comments as well. Another example is KLM Airlines. They have 150 employees just addressing customer complaint questions. Jay then goes into how it all started. I guess there was a volcano that happened in Iceland. So thousands of customers tried to reach out to them all at once. There was so many questions that were coming in from people about how they can get to their destination with the volcano basically screwing everything up. So they started answering all these questions because planes were grounded, so they couldn't do anything else. And they answered all the questions from the customers. This led to an amazing experience from their customer. And after this, they expanded on it and kept this whole service in place. Jay goes on to say that haters are not your problem. Ignoring them is. So not responding is a response, and it brings down your customer advocacy, as he says. So the first and most important step is acknowledgement of the mistake. Also understand that response time to getting back to them really matters, especially for online, where customers typically expect response times within 60 minutes. It's also important to understand the difference between offline haters and online haters so you know how best to deal with each specific situation. Offstage haters are typically ones that come through email, one-to-one communication, things like phone calls and email complaints, those kinds of things. Online haters are complaints in a public venue like social media or Yelp. And if you're liking any of this, make sure to leave a like below. As Jay puts it, you need to also understand as a brand that there's 5 primary obstacles that you as a brand will face. Number 1 is too many channels that you have to keep track of. 2 is too much feedback that you have to keep track of. 3 is you're offended by the feedback. 4 is that your fear of getting scammed. And 5 is that there's no customer experience culture. So most of your issues will fall into one of these obstacles, and you'll need to overcome them so you can hug your haters, as Jay says, and stand out from your competition. To do this, Jay uses 2 mnemonic devices. One is for offstage haters and one is for onstage haters. So if we're going to start with offstage haters, there's one, obviously we were talking before how they're one-to-one email and direct communication haters. He uses what's called hours, so HOURS. So the first one is to be human. Show your humanity while you respect theirs. Also, make sure you're present when you're dealing with them as customers. Number two is use one channel. So do your best to represent them on the same channel that the customer reached out to you through. So if they reached out to you through Instagram, then respond to them on Instagram. Number three is unify your data. So what they mean is don't have your customer give the same info twice. How many times have you been on hold for some kind of a customer complaint and they take your information and then they transfer you to somebody else and they take the same exact information? It's so annoying. Everyone hates it. So don't do that. Number four is resolve the issue. So whoever is speaking to the customer must have the capability and power to do something to actually resolve the issue for the customer. Often customer service reps are the lowest rungs on the ladder and they have no actual power. So they do this because they want to cut costs, and it actually makes it really worse for the customer. So don't make this mistake as you're going through it. Make sure it's someone that can actually do something for the customer. And number five is with speed. So speed really matters in the customer service experience. We talked about that a little earlier. When you see that there's an issue, you want to stop anything that you're doing immediately so you can help them out. This is your top priority right now. And whoever is on your team has got to deal with that customer now. For online haters, like social media and sites like Yelp, Jay uses a mnemonic device called FEARS, FEARS. So number one is you want to find all mentions. So you want to make sure that you find review sites that you should be on every day and that you're checking those all the time. Number two is you want to display empathy. You should always acknowledge your customer situation and the problem that they're having. You want to make sure you're understanding. He gives examples in the book of some brands that do not, and it obviously really screws them up in the long run. Number three, answer publicly. Respond publicly, at least at first. As Jay says, transparency is equal to trust. So this is going to go a long way with your customers. Number four is reply only twice online. He says this is the question that gets asked most about. You never want to reply more than twice. And if the customer just wants to troll you at that point, it's just time to move on. There's nothing you can do. But if you've actually tried at least 2 times in terms of going through it, but no more than twice. So you'll definitely have those situations if you've been a brand owner for more than 3 seconds where you're trying to help somebody with an issue and they basically just don't want to hear it. They just want to complain and troll on you and you're the worst thing ever and it's going to be terrible. It could not even be you. It could be they're having a bad day. But if you've tried 2 times, then just move on. And number 5 is switch channels. So this is different than when you're dealing with offline haters when you want to keep it on channel. So it may be impossible to address all of the customer issues that are going on in only 2 interactions. So if you have to, try and take it to something that's native with the platform you're talking to them on. So we talked about, like, if say it was Facebook, then you would go to Facebook Messenger or a DM in terms of Instagram, things like that. So it's still on the platform. It's just a one-to-one connection on that platform. Hug Your Haters is an amazing book for any brand that wants to learn how to become amazing at customer service. Even being able to use customer service as a way to differentiate from your competitors and build raving fans while you're increasing your profit margins by raising your advocacy. This is one of those books that you should read, reread, take notes, and implement in your business immediately. Most brands think that they're good with customer service, but by reading and implementing what you read in this book, you really will be. And you'll be able to take what you've learned to the bank and have happy customers that will love you. If you're looking for more tips on how to take control over your e-commerce income, then click the link below in the description for a free cheat sheet. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips on how to grow your list and build a real brand.